those goals tonight, Antoine Semenyo. Antoine, good to see you. Congratulations, up to second in the Premier League table. Just how good of a feeling is that?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I think we've been working hard since the start of the season. We obviously lost so many important players to us, but we've connected so well since pre-season, and the start's been great. It's been wonderful, and yeah, just a great environment to be a part of.
Just talk to us about that comeback, because of course Fulham scored the first goal. So what was going through your mind at that point, and how much belief did the team have that they were going to get back into it?
We knew there was going to be lots of spaces, so we just needed to be patient, keep moving the ball around, and we'll get an opening. So thankfully, I got the first one leading up to the second, and obviously the third to wrap it up. But yeah, there was loads of spaces out wide in transition, and we just needed to exploit it, and we done that really well towards the later stages of the game.
Antoine, we're going to come on to the goals in a sec, but I think I see a stat that in your last 13 Premier League games, you've scored 8 goals in 11 shots. That is clinically unbelievable. Obviously, that's grown tonight. I just want to get into your mindset. What do you see? What pictures do you see as you're about to strike the ball? Does the game slow down for you? Do you take a breath? What goes on?
I think it's just slowing down in my head. I think in previous seasons I've always hit the ball too quickly, or I've just smashed it without any accuracy. So throughout the off-season I was just working calm, being collected, placing it in the corner, because I know I have a lot of power when I shoot. So if I place it, I know I'll score. So that's what I've implemented this season, and the results are shown.
Anton, Jamie Redknapp. Wow, you are some player, my friend. What a footballer. It's a joy to watch you play. I want to talk to you about those 2 goals. Hopefully you've got a screen in front of you there. The first goal, when you isolate Castagno and you want the ball out there, it's a fantastic individual goal. Talk us through it.
I just wanted to take it byline, if I'm honest, and then hopefully get the cross in. And then I looked up and I seen that all the crossing options were blocked off, and the next thing was keeper's legs. Always look at the keeper's legs, and I just needed to get the execution right, and it was just perfect and went in the bottom corner, so I'm happy.
What footed are you?
Right footed. I'm right footed.
Right, because you obviously score so many goals off either foot. And then the second goal, obviously, is a really good piece, a bit of desire. Just talk us through that, because you have to come from a really deep position here to help Ben Doak.
Yeah, it's just putting my head down and running into the space just to be support. I didn't think he was going to play it, if I'm honest, but once he played it, I just needed to be calm, collected. I knew I was going to be tired, but yeah, if I place it in the corner, the keeper ain't going to save it. So it's a great finish, and yeah, you can tell by the celebration. I'm so tired, but happy
No,
as always.
You get the slide there, mate. That doesn't quite work at the end, but we'll give you the benefit of the doubt, you know what I mean? And so it's not too bad. Oh, there, yeah, you get a little roll over there. No, I love it, mate. So that's 6 goals, 3 assists. Is this the best assist you've ever had, though, today? That was some assist to Justin Kluivert.
It's funny, I was talking to Ryan Christie in the change room just then. I said, just played it to him and hope for the best. So I'll take an assist. I'm not complaining at all. It's a great finish from Justin. I mean, we see it in training week in, week out. So, yeah, it's very much normal for us to see.
And what a goal it was as well, mate. This is a beautiful finish.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. He's got that knuckleball whip technique, and yeah, it's such a great finish. Keeper is not getting anywhere near it, and yeah, just set us on our way to victory.
As well, I think you're on the same goal involvements as Erling Haaland at the moment. So where do you put yourself? Because you're obviously competing with one of the best in the absolute world at the moment, but you're on level peggings with him.
To be honest, I'm not looking at that. I'm just keeping focused on what I'm doing, just keep playing with confidence, playing with a smile on my face, enjoying playing with this team, and hopefully many more goals and assists to come.
Antoine, we saw, especially in that first half, the conditions seemed pretty difficult. Did you have to adapt the game at all to suit the weather?
Yeah, it was tough. Even from the warm-up, the ball was moving around, the wind. I was obviously tricky to handle, but we knew going into the game, if we get it right, we'll cause them loads of problems. So we just had to adjust throughout the game, really.
So second in the Premier League table before the rest of the weekend's fixtures get underway. What are the ambitions for Bournemouth this season?
Don't want to jinx anything. I think it's just taking it game by game. We said this last season, and I think it's the same now. Just game by game, and we'll see how it ends up. I don't want to say anything too crazy now, so we'll just wait and see.
Antoine, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations tonight.
Thank you very much, guys.
Well
Have
done,
a good
Antoine.
evening.
Well done.
Really interesting to hear from him there. You can hear how positive he is as well about Bournemouth too, and the goals that he scored as well. He's just such an important player for them.
He is, yeah, and I think in the summer there was obviously a lot of talk that he might be leaving the club. I think a lot of clubs came in for him, but I suppose when they lost Howson, Kirkes, Zabani, they had to be a bit careful. You have to keep, you know, one of your best, one of your talisman, and it's a joy for the fans to watch him play. Now, whether it's next year, maybe if the right bid comes in, because as I say, I use the word unique about him because he has so many different attributes that not many people possess. Not many people normally have that kind of power, but maybe don't have the finesse or the skill or the finishing ability. He's so hard to play against. I asked him what footed he is because I always look at players and how they defend against him because you can play him off the left, you can play him off the right. I'm sure if you asked him to be a 9, he could do that. He's such a talented footballer. And I love watching him play because he always, every time I watch him on TV, some players shrink a little bit because I always look at players and how they defend against him because you can play him off the left, you can play him off the right. I'm sure if you asked him to be a 9, he could do that. He's such a talented footballer. And I love watching him play because he always, every time I watch him on TV, some players shrink a little bit when it's a big night on Sky. He always seems to come to the party. And he was brilliant tonight and it needed it. And it wasn't an easy, great question you asked him because it wasn't an easy night to play football. But somehow great players glide across pitches like that, and that's certainly what he did.
And it was his goal as well that inspired that comeback to make it 1-1. How important was the timing of his equaliser as well?
Well, goals change games, don't they? You know, and it was what Bournemouth needed at that time. They work it really well in terms of getting over to him. You can see him there on the far side with his hands up. Look, give me the ball, give me the ball. He said he just wanted to get to the byline. First thought, can I get to the byline? Maybe create a cross or an opening. But as soon as he gets into that box, I feel as though when I watch him, as soon as he gets into that 18-yard box, his eyes just come alive. You know, he's just hungry for goals. He's desperate to score goals. We see here, look, highlight, look, give me the ball. Look, I'm unmarked at the moment. By the time the ball gets to him, he's always going to have a 1v1. And the pace, the power that he's got, the strength, you know he's got the beating of him, playing with such confidence at the moment as well. And like I said there, once he gets in the box, he's just got one thought, split second, can I get a shot off, Jay?
This is the thing as well, Steve, when I talk about what footed is he, because he does a great bit of skill to step over. Then as he takes it with his right, he then keeps that in with his left and keeps it in such close proximity. That's such a hard skill to do, but he makes it look so easy. Not many people possess such talented left foot, right foot when they're dribbling with it. And obviously he has the presence of mind to see Leno's legs open, puts it through there, and a brilliant goal. And then obviously the second one, I like this because it's desire. You know, you can see him there. Look, he's just jogging, he's jogging. Oh, this is the Kluivert goal. Apologies. This is the great assist. Sorry. And then they play it, and they just, once it gets to Kluivert, this is another step over. We've seen this skill work really well. And I think he's described it himself. Semenya, it's that knuckleball finish, very difficult to stop. You can see Kluivert picks up a really good position. Semenya gets it to him. Now he's got it in the right area. He goes at Kearney one-on-one, cuts inside and hits a beautiful, beautiful strike.
It's also great to see, isn't it, How many shots? We don't see enough shots outside the box there. Everyone wants to score the perfect goal. 1-2s, get inside the box. How many passes can we do? Let's get some long-range shots back. I mean, the step over here is just brilliant. I mean, he sends Tom Kearney, look, can I have a ticket to get back in? And then, look, just coolly compose himself, and he just whips that beautifully, gives Leno no chance from the far corner.
And there's no doubt at all, Steve, and this new ball is different. It moves, it's always sort of deviating away from the goalkeeper, and like you say, I couldn't agree more. You should be taking it. But there he is there. Sorry, this is the one I was talking about. Look, he's jogging at the back post, and now he sees, look at that desire to go and get the team's third goal, kill this game off. He still hasn't come into shot yet. But Doak does really well, just waits, sets it to him, and it comes across, he just glides that into the corner of his left foot. Look at the desire he shows here. I love that. And that's why he is different. That's why he's unique. He's a great team player. And even at the 96 minutes or whatever it is on the clock, he's still running for his team.
And you're fully right in terms of asking him what preferred foot is he, because not only this one, but I think the goal up at Anfield as well when he came inside on his left foot.
Yeah.
He just always seems to get the perfect connection. But watch when he hits his ball, look, it just sort of stays clean, the back of the net rises up, and he knows as soon as he gets a good purchase on it, the pace and the power that he's got, it's going to either one, work the keeper, or two, even better, it's going to go in the back of the net. And then this is what football is all about for me. I think for me, when you score a goal, you should be able to do anything when you score in terms of celebrations. But the joy and the smile there is just fantastic.
Yeah.
It seems like Bournemouth are really, at the moment, enjoying their football, and it is testament as well. They are second in the Premier League table. I suppose that is sending a message as well, isn't it, to the rest of the Premier League table, rest of the Premier League teams around them as well. Right, we've heard from one goal scorer. Let's hear it from another then. Justin Clover. We can hear from him now. He's been chatting to David Craig.
Well, Justin, well done. Just in case you needed any confirmation, take a little look at that. Sandwich between Arsenal and Liverpool. Yeah. There you are. Yeah. How big is that statement tonight by Bournemouth?
I think a big statement. Losing 1-0, having the team spirit to come back is just incredible. So.
What did the manager say at half-time in particular?
To be fair, I had to warm up outside, so I didn't hear it. But I believe, because I know the manager, we got to show ourselves more. Do what we know, what we are, and that's high pressure, high energy, and I think we showed that second half.
Just tell us a little bit more about the manager. His tactical interventions from the bench at times seem almost like genius. How is it perceived by you, the players?
No, he's incredible. If you see also the guys that have left the team and how we're doing at the moment, it's incredible. I always say the driver of the bus is the coach, and he's driving a crazy route for us. So amazing driver. So. Yeah, we follow him.
How much is everybody enjoying that ride with him at the bus wheel?
We love it. And he showed me the table, second place. That keeps we keep humble because the season is long. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? We go for the biggest possible.
You had to sit and wait for your opportunity, which can be frustrating at times. But it is very much a squad game. Now, what did the manager say when he sent you on?
Do what I do best, and I think I showed that today. I said we have a great team, a lot of great players. I haven't started the team with at the beginning, I was injured, so we done a great job. So it's tough to come in the team again after a good season for me. Also, you have to show yourself every game again, and hopefully I show myself today again.
At half-time, the manager talked to us, and he said one of the things he'd said that you obviously missed when you were warming up was shoot on sight. Was that always your intention when you got in that position tonight?
Definitely, and he also showed us that there are possibilities to shoot from outside the edge. So with my shot, why not? You have to try it.
Now, I have to ask you about Anton Semenyo. We know he's very shy and he doesn't like talking about his success. Yeah. How good is he?
He's incredible. He shows it every game now, and he's just world class. And we are glad to have him. And what I said, we are a good team, and he is the one who also scores goals for us, and we appreciate that for sure. He's done an amazing job.
And just quickly and finally, it's no fluke where you find yourselves in the table. The manager's playing it down. Mm-hmm. But what's possible even at this early stage for Bournemouth?
It's early, what you say, but we got to strive for the highest possible. I always said the mentality that we have now is not to look down, but to look up, and we will keep doing that. So the highest possible, and we won't settle for less, no way.
Justin, well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, really good to hear that from Justin Clover. It is still early days in the season, and you heard that last question there from David Craig about where can Bournemouth go? What heights can they reach, do you think?
Well, they're second in the league, is that right?
Yeah.
You said there's only one way to look, and that's looking up. I mean, that's some direction there. Look, it shakes up the Premier League. At one point we thought that Liverpool was going to run away with it in the opening 5 games. Now there's a few chinks that are starting to show in the big clubs, and Bournemouth is certainly one that can upset a few. Crystal Palace is another one. They can reach big heights this season. The way that they're playing, the players that they've got. You've got individuals and you've got a team with confidence under a coach that good. Mm. They can go far this season.
Amazing. Sorry, Pete, go on.
I was going to say that Palace game after the international break is going to be interesting, isn't it, when Bournemouth play them?
Absolutely, but it'll be because they're two teams banging form, two top managers, sort of probably, no disrespect to the teams they're at, vying for the opportunity maybe if it were to come about. And I think what else they've been so good at Bournemouth is their recruitment. They've not missed Kirkes, they've not missed Howson. Zabani, the players they brought in, the left back was brilliant last year, Kirkes, but they've the players it just looks perfect. There's no difference in the team and how they're playing. The energy is still there. They're in a fantastic position. Now it's going to be a long season. Squad depth is obviously going to play a part, but can they do something really? I'm thinking maybe get into the top 6 or something like that, because they deserve it, and as long as they keep the manager, anything is possible because he is that big an asset to that club.
Welcome back. Well, some of our viewers may have seen Lord Sugar's response on social media to something Jamie said on the 13th of September when talking about Daniel Levy leaving Spurs.
Yes, Pete, I'd said that at the time that Lord Sugar had left the club in a mess. I just want to make clear that he stabilised the club and invested heavily during his time as chairman. When he took over in 1991, Spurs were close to bankruptcy. And by the time he stepped away, the financial position had significantly turned around. All the money he put into the team and the facilities. And I apologise to Lord Sugar and his family for all the misunderstanding or any harm caused. And I'm more than happy to set the record straight.
Well, there's plenty more Premier League football to look forward to this weekend. And, of course, Tottenham Hotspur in action at Leeds. That's the early kick-off tomorrow. And then, of course, Saturday night football sees Chelsea against Liverpool. And it is a jam-packed Super Sunday for you as well. You don't want to miss it. All of those 2 o'clock kick-offs live for you on Sky Sports. And then, of course, that follows Brentford, Manchester City, the 4:30 kick-off.
Your task was difficult. You came here tonight without both of your recognised number 9s. You had to play a number of different players in that position tonight. How well did you adapt to that?
Of course, we missed Rodrigo and Raul a lot. A lot of our game is about getting them involved and crosses in the box and stuff. So yeah, they're a big miss, but I think Josh up there, he did a good job, and we had to do something different, maybe drag them out a little bit more and some more runs in behind, which, yeah, of course, it's the first game, so obviously it was hard and not the best conditions with the wind to play some long balls and stuff. So yeah, it was a tough task today, but again, I think, yeah, on another day you win this game, because I think, like I said, the goal came out of nowhere.
Just quickly and finally, international break comes up next. How frustrating is it to go into that off the back of these 2 defeats in the Premier League?
No, it's really frustrating. I think we really wanted to win these 2 games, and we had good chances to do it as well. So yeah, punch in the face, but yeah, we have to get our head high and move on, because yeah, there's a lot to build from, and we need to improve the things we need to improve here.
How frustrating a night has that turned out for you to find yourselves in, from where you found yourselves in at one moment in that game?
Very tough for us, the way we lost it. We had problems first 10-15 minutes of the game. That was the moment they started better than us. We had some difficulties to adjust.
And you lose Sasha as well.
And when you lost Sasha, of course, was a moment for us to, and he's being a key player for us, of course, key player, the way we want to organize ourselves on and off the ball. He's being the soul of the team as well, the way he's so aggressive on and off the ball, and give us many things that we need in that area of the pitch, and it's been crucial. Very tough after to lose Kenny and 2 strikers, to lose now Sasha was a difficult moment. Was a moment after, of course, speaking with the players, we adjust some things there. We gave some feedback for Tom Carney as well, and we adjust more. And from that moment, even losing him, I think we started to control much better. The offensive movements from them, we knew that Kluivert, Semedo and Evan Nilsson plus Brooks, they have a way to, when they go more direct behind the back line, we have to be very aware of it and on a front foot. From that moment, we start to control very well. It's a bit more medial block that I would like to see, but very well we did control. First half, after the 15 minutes, they were very balanced. We had some good moments to punish them more in offensive transition, counter-attack, missed last pass, last decision. But we arrived in dangerous areas as well, like they arrived as well, but not clear-cut chances for both teams. Second half, I think we started better and we started to control very well the game. We have longer possessions as well, and the goal we score is a good example of it. Very good collective goal from ourselves, good combination and penetration inside the box from a left wing back. We knew that in the way you without a striker, we wanted to give more freedom for the wide players like Timothy and Sessegnon, and great pass from Chukwueze and finishing. And the game was completely under control, is what I want to say in that moment. Completely under control, not chances at all from them, and 2 individual moments decided the game, really.
Are those moments stoppable, preventable from your...
100% sure. The first one clear. When you have 2 against 1 on the side, you have to be stronger on it. Our winger was Chukwueze, I think, in that moment with Timo there. Chukwueze did a great effort to be there, and you have to be stronger in that moment. Timo knows that. And the second goal, a shot from the 25 yards. Of course, we have to let clever to go out wide and not to dribble inside is clear. They are the basic things that you have to do, and we didn't. Of course, we were penalised by two individual moments for the players that they have that quality, that power, and that pace to do it.
How do you assess your Fulham team at the moment? People looking at the score tonight who haven't watched the game will think, 3-1's a big scoreline, but is it a question of maybe you're not at this moment getting the rewards that you deserve for some of your football in certain games? And is there more that you can do with this group of players to be where you want to be?
No, definitely yes. We have to, and of course, that is the moment. We after last week we were with the 2 wins in a row, where we reacted very well from the international break with two wins in a row. Of course, last game was a tough one for us, and we're going to start to lose key players as well. Of course, in a squad like ourselves, made a massive impact. We count on all of them, but of course, it is difficult. 2 games in a row to play with a striker is not an excuse for us, but we are completely different as a team, definitely in that way. Of course, Josh, Alex, they tried everything. They did a great job there to try always to play with the false 9 to don't give the reference for them. And when Alex came in, improve as well our team in that moment. So it is, of course, the players they are making an effort. I told from the first day of the season that we are going to need to be very all together, and the support from the fans, because the season is going to be long and very tough for all the teams, and for us it's going to be the same.
You have an international break now. You'll go away and reflect. Players will be away on international duty. Some will be here. What do you want to see in terms of return from Fulham after that international break?
We have to keep working hard. We don't have other way at all. The players they executed the plan well. Was 2 individual moments that we should be strong, and football is like that. Sometimes. And tonight was a clear one. Collective point of view, we didn't give anything for them. That is clear. And individual moments when they come, we have to show, we have to step in, and we have to show our quality. And tonight, 2 players from Bournemouth, they did it in a way that they decided the game.
Marco, appreciate your time as always.
I'm sure there's going to be frustration as well for Fulham fans, the fact that it's another 3-1 defeat where they were leading. They scored the first goal, and another defeat away from home. Yeah,
I think it's just been really inconsistent for Fulham this season so far. What is it, 7 games? They've lost 3, drawn 2, won 2. The 2 that they've won at home, so they're struggling a little bit away from home in terms of hanging on to a lead. Last week against Aston Villa, this evening you go a goal up. They've shown resilience this season by coming back from behind against Brentford was one of them, scoring late on against Leeds, things like that. But it's just that game management, that personality, that character, where sometimes, like this evening, the game doesn't have to be pretty. Yeah, if you want to win it ugly, you get the result, whatever ways that means. But sometimes they try to play the perfect way and try and get the next perfect goal, where sometimes they just have to say, look, hold our hands up, we'll shut up shop, we'll get bodies behind, we'll get the win, and then we'll go and just start a bit of momentum.
Difficult without a striker as well, though, Steve.
Very difficult.
Jimenez, Muniz are important players. He likes to play with an out-and-out striker. He hasn't got that luxury at the moment. So he tried to play a different way, change the system a little bit. It just didn't quite work out for them, although they hang on, they end up winning 1-0. We say, well, didn't it work well? But that's sometimes the small margins in the Premier League. But it was a tough one, and as I say, if they're going ahead, you've got to try and hang in there and get that point and make sure that you get something out of the game. And then when you end up getting chinned 3-1, it will certainly hurt. And you can see he's an emotional manager. He wants to win. It just wasn't his night.
Let's have a look at that first goal. Ryan Sessegnon was able to take the lead for Fulham. Yeah,
and the game plan up until this moment was spot on. Stay in the game, keep a clean sheet so far. I said at the start of the show that the 2 full-backs, the wing-backs, were going to be clinical tonight and pivotal into what goes on. And there you see Sessegnon play the ball and then carry on his run. This is what I love. Look, again, arms up. He's got a chalk on his boots. You say Chukwueze in the middle there. Look at Sessegnon, passes the ball in, doesn't stand still, goes on again. And this pass here, Jamie, is just into his path, and it's just down to them to get the finish.
Yeah, it was a great piece of play. Because you just come on as sub, Chukwueze, you see, trying to get into the pace of the game. The touch just sits up a little bit, but then just sieves it through to the 2 defenders, and a brilliant finish as well by Sessegnon. And it's been a good start to the season, because if you thought last year about, when he looked at left back who it was always Anthony Robinson, and at the moment he's having to sit on the bench, and he's a player I really like. but so is Sessegnon. They're two talented players that are obviously vying for the same position. Obviously, he can play as a wing-back as well, and that almost suits him. When he first got in the team, he played wing-back a lot, but he's had a really good start to the season.
Yeah, OK, well, Bournemouth were able to find the goals back, those all-important goals as well. Let's hear now from their manager, Andoni Iraola, what he thought at full-time. He's been chatting to David Craig.
Well, Andoni, well done. Let's start, if we can, at the end there with your celebrations with your colleagues. I've never quite seen you as animated as that. Just talk us through that.
Yeah, probably is the best goal to score, no? Because if you score the 2-1, okay, it's important, but you still have some minutes to play, no? The 3-1 is just definitive, and we've enjoyed it. It has been a difficult game, it has been a hard game, and to win and come back after conceding the first goal, I think is important.
Our pundits in the studio have been talking a lot about how you affect games, changes in tactics, changes in personnel from the substitutes bench. What's going through your mind, Andoni, when you fall a goal behind 70-odd minutes on the clock?
Yes, obviously you have to risk. There is no other chance, no? You are losing, I don't know, 20 minutes remaining, 15, I don't know how many minutes, but if at the end you have to risk, you go basically put all the offensive players that you can, you risk going man-to-man everywhere almost. And but this is especially the merit of the players, because we are talking about this because Antoine scored an amazing goal, Justin scored an amazing goal, and even the counter, no? I think is okay, you make the changes, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but for me the big merit is from the players that made the difference.
When you talk about risk, how do you balance risk and reward from a coach's perspective?
I think when you are losing, you don't have to balance a lot. It's like in that moment you don't have points, so you have to try to change the game. Sometimes it works, sometimes they could have scored the second one and they kill you because you have just basically Buffo defending alone there, the middle of your defense. But I think it's made from the players, because one thing is to put offensive players or to try to change things, but at the end they've been very, very difficult goals, I would say. I would give them all the merit.
Let's talk a little bit more in depth about Anton Semenwa. He's in the form of his life at this moment in time. How much have you seen him grow as a player? How much are you encouraging him to express himself?
I think he is a player now with confidence. Has been growing every season. We've been with him even before we arrived, no? Because he has played in lower divisions, has gone earning his way to the Premier League, and now he's improving, and when a player is with confidence, sometimes these things happen, no? And has obviously big abilities. Sometimes the other day against Leeds, for example, it wasn't his best game, but he had one free kick. He's adding things to his game, and is obviously very fundamental for us.
Can he get better?
I hope so. I hope so. I think he's improving every time, and we have to encourage him not only on the balls. I try to make him focus not on the numbers. He's not going to be better because he scores one goal or one more assist. It's because he helps the team more, no? And this is our fight with him, and we will try to keep him there in this level, yes.
One player who's never short on confidence is Justin Kluivert. He said he didn't hear your team talk at half-time, or you and I speak about shooting on sight at half-time. But was that what you wanted to see from your players tonight? See the goal, take a shot?
Yes, because it was, we talked during the half-time, no, uncomfortable evening. I think raining, windy for the keepers. You don't want to receive these kind of balls, and I don't think it has been because of the weather, because he has been an amazing finish, top corner, power, and he scored per season a couple of these kind of goals, and it has arrived in the best moment, because we were pushing, still 1-1, and we needed, no, this goal to even create more momentum and finish the game like we did.
I'm going to finish on your least favourite subject, which is where you are in the table. What are your thoughts at this moment in time?
No, I value the 14 points we have. That this is for us, and we have to need more, like every team, and we have to keep building on this. No, we know after the break we have very difficult also schedule. We play in the next break, I think Palace away, City away, Villa away. So this doesn't get never is easy, but especially we have now a difficult schedule. But it's good to arrive, no, with good amount of of points. I wouldn't, if we are against 6 or whatever after the other team's time, it doesn't matter really. It's about the points now. It's about building the team, and I hope we take a breath that I think the players deserve, and we go again.
Well done.
Okay, thank you.
End the show the way that we started, with talking about just how good of a job Andoni Iraola has done for Bournemouth.
Yeah, he's incredible. What an asset to the club. I think he can manage any team in world football. I genuinely mean that. He's got so much quality. You know, he improves players. You know, he gives young players opportunities. The system's great. Everything that you do is very progressive. It's exciting. It's on the front foot. So yeah, I would say he's one of the best managers in world football right now. They've just got to enjoy him while he's here. How long? Who knows? But when you think about Eddie Howe there, Scott Parker's doing a great job at Burnley, Gary O'Neill did a really good job, and obviously now Andoni. Amazing manager at such a small club.
I just think he simplifies the game. Like, as a footballer, when you go out onto the pitch, you just want 2 or 3 instructions. You know, don't overcomplicate it. I think that's what he does. I think you look at the way that Bournemouth play, high intensity, you know, win the ball as high up the pitch as we can. I think they've got the second longest passes in the Premier League, just behind Everton. So they go direct. They know how to sort of turn teams and play to their strength. And they've got the players around there that do that. No egos. They know their jobs, know their roles. And it looks like everyone's enjoying themselves. I'd love to have played under him.